Good afternoon. I'm Storm Track 3 Chief Meteorologist Nick Hausen with a weather update on some of the ice that is falling right now across much of our region a little after noon, and continuing to watch freezing rain primarily fall across southern Illinois and southeast Missouri, and even in parts of western Kentucky where temperatures are still hovering right around the freezing mark. You'll think back to yesterday, and on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, we had mainly sleet that was falling as a solid, but what we have with freezing rain means it's falling as a liquid and then freezes on contact. Temperature still down here at the ground level, hovering just below freezing, and if you are hearing the big rumbles, that is thunder. Quite a bit of thunder and lightning, in fact, with a lot of this, and can't entirely rule out maybe a few areas seeing some pea-sized hail. That's also possible, as there is quite a bit of elevated instability in some of this, and of course still falling pretty heavily at times across southern Illinois and southeast Missouri. And again, more rain starts to mix in as temperatures are slightly warmer in western Kentucky. You can see the freezing line we've plotted there, running basically from Portageville, Missouri to Paducah to now just to the west of Evansville. But much of southern Illinois still below freezing, running about 30 to 31 degrees, and temperatures are going to hold there for the most part this afternoon. Harrisburg to Carmi may come up to about 32 to 33 this afternoon, but from Mount Vernon to Carbondale to Cape to Poplar Bluff, those areas likely to stay just below freezing. And that means that once again, we will be talking about freezing rain. 1 degree, though, can make a huge difference. And you'll see as we go through the afternoon hours that freezing line tries to move eastward or westward back to the north and west, but really is stuck in place across southeastern Illinois and even right along the Mississippi River between Missouri and Kentucky there. And it will stick around through a good part of the afternoon hours. Again, we're not talking about an ice storm where we're mainly concerned, we're not really concerned with power outages, but we're mainly concerned with some ice, a glaze of ice, maybe 1/10 of an inch to 2/10 of an inch on some elevated surfaces, tree limbs even, and maybe some of the cars. And I can't entirely rule out some pretty slick roads, especially untreated surfaces, some of the side streets, maybe some of the sidewalks and driveways. Use some caution if you plan on stepping out this afternoon or even this evening. By about, say, 8, 9 o'clock, most of this starts to wrap up and shift eastward. And then we drop overnight back in the mid-20s. So some refreezing is also a possibility this evening. A little update here on some of the model run, picking up on some of the colder air a little farther to the south and east. Notice, again, light icing, 1/10 of an inch to 2/10 of an inch is generally what we're expecting to fall this afternoon. Now, when we're talking about power outages and things like that, we start thinking about those at about 1/4 of an inch or higher. So we'll probably be under that. That's what the expectation is at this point. But again, we could see at least some tree limbs that end up with a little glaze of ice, maybe sagging just a hair. And again, a lot of cars and things like that are going to have ice on them. We'll continue to provide you, though, with updates. We're always tracking right here at News 3 on air, online, and on the Storm Track 3 app.